recently, and we also want to recognize one of our school people on being a part of this in another way, in Jump Rope for Heart. All the money that we raise goes to the American Heart Association, and this year we raised $971.50. It goes to the American Heart Association, and it goes to help people who need operations, like you saw on the DVD we watched. And one of our students, Tanner+Cannizzo, actually went through this at a very young age, and I'm going to let his mother kind of tell you a little bit about what happened, because it's been a long, long time ago. I'm guessing 17 years ago. Almost 17 years ago. So he's going to tell you exactly what happened. We saw what happened in the DVD with the little girl that had surgery, and it's very similar.
Well, Tanner was like, I took him for his 1-week well child checkup, and the doctor in Clay Center recognized it. So at 6 weeks we went to a specialist, and they did what they called an echocardiogram, which is the picture of your heart. And he had a hole in the bottom between the two chambers, and the blood was going everywhere back and forth, and it wasn't where it wasn't supposed to. So when he was 4 months old, they took him in and did surgery, and the bottom hole was big, so they had to put like a Teflon type patch on it, and the top they had to sew shut, and there's a valve that they had to shut, and they were pretty sure that they thought there was more wrong with him because they didn't think that was keeping him from growing. He weighed 9 pounds and 12 ounces when he was born, but when he was 4 months old, he only weighed 12 pounds. So once they fixed him, he was very fortunate, because there's a lot of kids that go through multiple surgeries, but he did the one, and they did give him adult heart medicine that he had to have a counteracting medicine to take care of, but they had the right medicine and took care of that right away. And he's been pretty fortunate. He's gotten to do all the sports that he wanted to do, or everything he wanted to do, and there's a lot of little kids that don't. So the money that you guys raise goes to help that situation, and people that need it, and research and all that stuff. So that was a good thing that Rocky does this every year.
Okay, I want to also thank Mrs. Hammond and all of you that did the artwork that we see in here. That's pretty cool. I think you had fun doing that. But, we really appreciate all that you put together for this. Next, I want to introduce Linda Henderson. She's our representative from the American Heart Association, and she would like to make a little presentation this time.
Hi, I want to thank each one of you guys, because you guys are very important to the American Heart Association. First of all, I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you have hearts? Raise your hand. All right, good. And you know what? You not only have a heart inside here, but you have a heart because you help a lot of other kids just like you. Every year, approximately 36,000 babies are born with a heart defect. And some of them are very, very severe, and not everybody makes it. But you are going to help a lot of those babies live great lives, just like Tanner. And so I want to thank each one of you, because you guys are all my heart heroes, okay? So I really want to thank you for everything that you did to support the work of the American Heart Association. And Tanner, if you will come over here, he's one of our special kids now. We have a program through the American Heart Association called Kids with Heart, because these are kids that have, were born with a heart defect, or something isn't quite right with their hearts. And so they have an opportunity to share their story. And so Tanner and his mom and his family have been willing to share his story with a lot of kids just like you guys. And so if you go on to our Kids with Heart website, on our website, it's www.heart.org, and just type in Kids with Heart, and you'll find Tanner's story on our website. And we also I sent out a newsletter across 57 counties that I work with all of my schools, and we share Tanner's story there as well, because we know that what he's gone through and is being a story that a lot of people can relate to, because he's not the only Kids with Heart in my area, in those 57 counties. There's a lot of other kids like him. And because he's brave enough to share his story, these kids know that they're not alone as well. little kids just like you guys. So Tanner, we want to welcome you to the American Heart Association family. One of our heart ambassadors. And so even after high school, you can continue to share your story, help the work of the American Heart Association by letting people know that, you know, what we do is truly helping save lives, because you're going to go on and do great things, we know. Now this is just something fun. In here, we have one of our t-shirts for you. We've got some fun things to play with, because we got to keep that heart exercised. And then there's also a lot of great information in here for you about the American Heart Association, so you can continue to share that as well. So I'm going to pass all that on to you, so you can put that to good use. And now I got a question for all you guys. Tell me if, the heart is a very special part of your body. And do you have to have it to keep your heart healthy, your body healthy? Yeah, you can't do much if your heart's not healthy, right? Okay, so is the heart a bone? Is the heart skin? What's the heart? A muscle. So how do you have to keep your muscles strong? By keeping your body healthy. So do you exercise? Yeah. And do you eat good foods? And is a fruit and vegetable a good food? Yeah. And do we stay away from junk food? Yeah, we stay away from junk food.
I don't.
Yeah, you can eat it at a minimum, but not a lot. You want to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and a little on the junk food side. All things in moderation. So, and do you want to smoke? No, definitely don't want to do that. If you can do those things to keep your heart healthy, then you are also helping the American Heart Association, because then we won't have to fix your heart if you break it. Okay? So can you promise me that you're going to keep all your hearts healthy? All right. Thank you so very much. And I love your posters. Those are fabulous. Thank you.